Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy. Another late night flip through of a new deck. So I don't have the box for this, and I don't think it came with a card that, nope. Oh, do I have it out of sequence? Did I already play with this? No, I just have it upside down. I don't, yeah, I don't have, there wasn't, I don't think, a publisher's card with it. But if you look it up online, it pops up. It's Trippin, Trippin, Waite, the Trippin Waite. And so it's very psychedelic. That's essentially what it's based on. And I will tell you that for some of these cards, the colors are brighter than they render on a camera. So like this is like really bright. It's slightly more muted on the camera. It takes the edge off. So you have to be prepared. And I'm almost not sure that I am prepared for how bright these are in person. Like the yellow is just really yellow. But when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, that is one I might not be able to live without. They also have a winter weight, the makers of this deck, that is appealing, but I didn't take the dive for that. So I'm just going to walk through this. It is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, very close, like this. You can see it's very close to the original. It's just got these, you know, psychedelic tie-dye clothing and all of these rainbow swirls here, there. You know, you've got a hippie emperor and a guru here. You've got, I don't know what you'd call that, body paint going on all over these people. I love the hair. So we do have some diversity in this deck. Yep, so I really like it. I like how they took the stars and they put them out here instead of only just in there. So they kind of ended up making it a night card instead of a day card. You know, some of them, like this one, are really not that different. They're very, very similar, but she's got this great purple dress instead of a white dress. But she's got daisies, which, you know, make me, anyway, think of innocence. Looks like he's got Jupiter behind his shoulder there. So, yep, it's Trippin. Yeah, how was that for a tie-dye justice? I don't think I need to say too much for this, just going through the deck. Because again, it does follow the Rider-Waite-Smith very, very closely. It's just the coloration that has gone wild. She's no longer an angel. And so it gets a little political. I don't know if this is the only, this might be the only political card, but it's pretty darn hard hitting. Ugh. The towers is supposed to be Atlantis, the lost civilization. To me, this loses a little bit of its punch because these people, you know, they're just diving down in the water. It's more like an exploration. So this card to me is altered quite a bit. Oh, I guess we have two towers. Oh, there's more than one also that has two cards to choose from. So you have the one that has an altered meaning, and then you have the traditional one. I don't know. Because it is an altered meaning, it almost has more of a Six of Cups-ish feel to it. I might keep both of them and use both of them, whereas this one is more classic, but you don't have anybody falling out. It's funny because to me, the way they've got this almost looks like a face. A fire breathing, a fire breathing tower. Definitely a different moon. A very over-the-top sun. I mean, that is a tripped out sun for sure. And then we have another sun. So I guess I'm not familiar enough with, I assume that this is a story regarding Ganesh, and I don't know his story well enough to kind of get the association with the sun card here. But it's interesting to have, you know, another animal present. So I'm going to take that one out because I probably won't use that. I think, do we have two? No. So here's Judgment with, it looks like a little boy. Angel. Wonderful World cards. I love that afro. And it seems to me that there's oh, excuse me. There are a lot of contemporary decks do some really cool things with the World card. The Ace of Wands. It's interesting that they have these two hands down here. I'm not sure what that's about. Two. I love the robe now. I love the tie-dye robe and the band on the hair. I also like that the ships are much easier to see here. The backgrounds on these just reminds me of sherbet. The sherbet, the ice cream. And then some of them get real wild with this swirly stuff in the back. I like it. The purple sun. It is definitely tripping out here. It's kind of funny to see those wild colors and that weird stuff going on in the background, and then to see, you know, kind of just the Rider-Waite Smith part down here at the bottom. And our busy boys, our bumptious boys, have sprouted butterfly wings. And it looks like they're in danger of beating some doves. Yep. And here's some more wings. So it's like he has become a little ferryman beating up. I don't know. Is he protecting the hive? Is that what he's doing? Maybe that's his resources. It's his honey and nobody else can have it. More butterflies. So it's interesting that I don't know if the butterflies are throughout this deck or if they're just associated with the suit of wands in this particular deck as opposed to what normally it would be the suit of swords. You gotta have the flowers on your shirt no matter how battered you are. And paisleys. Yep. Men in paisleys. Not very common, probably even back then. Page of Wands. More swirling. Rainbow chameleon tails there. What's on his? Oh, it's the lizards. Lizards on the tunic and polka dot hose. Charging forward into the crazy. Wow, look at her dress. I'm into purple, so yeah, bring on the purple flowers. She actually looks a little confused there. Incredible colors for the King of Wands. Nice limey green. Very cool. Too. Almost looks again like she's protecting her piece. The weird eye. I don't know where that weird eye is coming from. This is lava lamp to me. These globular things. It's very lava lamp. And that shows up other places too. I can't remember what they called this art. Was it op art? Like optical illusion art? But I vaguely remember that stuff too. What has he got down there? Something in Evans. Doobie Brothers. This might be our first melting card. Because look at his shirt. And look at this. So we have some cards that are melting in the swords. I don't think it happens in the other suits. This deck actually also has a borderless version, and I went with the bordered because I just thought that these colors might be a bit too much without some borders separating them when doing a spread. So, and I think I was right for me personally. Are those eyes? Looks like her gown is covered in eyes. Oh, here it is, the melting, the mind melt, I suppose. Or you've taken acid, and this is what's happening. More lava lamp globs. This hair on some of these horses, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's pretty funny. Lovely Queen of Swords. And she's got her butterflies. I see too that they've kept the pixie signature. That's some magenta going on there. There we go. Make love, not war. Again, it's just all about the color with this deck. And I'll do a spread. I don't know what about, but I'll do something just even to lay it out. Maybe I'll just do a tell me what I need to know. And we'll lay them out so that you can see how potentially obnoxious they are when there's more than one. Appears to be a woman instead of a man. Oh, what's that in the middle cup at the top? Yeah. So you have all your, well, I guess I wouldn't consider marijuana a psychedelic, but you do have the mushrooms there. And a real genie. Kind of some weird night noises going on here right now. So what is it? It's not quite 11 o'clock. So even in the middle of the day, I don't know if it was just today or yesterday also, coyotes, big time. I live in a city, but there's a vacant field. I'm like one major highway across from the downtown area, and we have some fields out here. And so I just heard the coyotes. I don't know if it's because it's been dry for a little bit, I don't know. And then I think that there might have been a litter earlier in the year, and now, but they were quiet for a long time, so they were loud for a while, and then they disappeared, and I thought, well, gosh, maybe somebody exterminated them or something, but now we're hearing them again. And shortly thereafter, the sound of a train. So they might have been howling with the sound of the train coming, but the hooting of the train as it crosses, and it's a fair distance away, and it's pretty unusual. We don't get a lot of train traffic here, and so it's just like, this is kind of a weird sounds going on tonight. I was thinking of letting my shepherd out front this evening, kind of for their last opportunity to go out, and I was going to take out the garbage, and it's like, well, I don't know exactly where those coyotes are, but there's more than one of them, and maybe I won't let Rufus out tonight. Out front. Out front, there's no, I do that just as a little moment where I know he's not going to run off, but it gives him a little freedom. And if I'm taking the garbage out, sometimes I'll take him out there with me and let him run around just a little bit. And there's usually nobody else out there, so minimal opportunity for accidents to happen. But if the coyotes are restless, I'm not so sure that continues to be true. Very interesting sky going on here with the Queen of Cups. Got some great dolphins leaping up. Again, a wild sky. Oh, the pentacles. Dripping, dripping, tripping. Makes it look like a disc of butter. Yep, the rainbow craftsman in the paisley. I don't know what that is. Monk or minister or something. what happened to the city behind him? It got caught up in a voracious rainbow, consumed by a voracious rainbow. Some very psychedelic flower child beggars there. Oh my, what's he growing? This is great too. Yep, gotta like that. Rainbow hearts, purple dress. Guess I'd call them grape peace signs. Even more peace signs. And again, you know, look what's on his tunic. He's saying, be mellow. But then we have an orange horse for the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. But be chill with your hemp. And here she is, the Queen of Pentacles. We do have some mushrooms over there. I don't know, it's just amusing to me to see the King of Pentacles, who looks so sober, in this really light colored, in a pink cowl. So what I said I was just going to do, well, I'll do just some overhand shuffling. I was just going to do, what do I need to do? So we'll do a 9 card and really put this to the test and see if I pass out from bright color overkill, doing a 9 card spread. So you have to tell me down in the comments whether you think you could stomach, if you could stomach this wild bright colors or not. I would say that it normally would not be my thing. I can't think of any other deck that I have like this, but it's the whole 60s vibe that just totally draws me in. I'm sure it gives just regular old readings, but to me there's a humorous aspect to it that I'm enjoying. Just adding some lightness to my reading experiences. And I don't know. I learned about this by seeing other people using it when they're doing their astrology-based readings, you know, the readings for Leo, the readings for Virgo, all of those. I saw somebody using this, and I was like, whoa, 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 what is that? It's not, cardstock is a little bit stiff. I'm not getting a very good riffle shuffle out of it, so I expect that I'm not going to get a perfect, no, it's wanting to come out. We'll let it come out. It's the 7. Probably trying to tell me, don't cramp my style with all the shuffling. Just lay out the cards, dude. All right, so that's what we're going to do now. So, yep. See? It's pretty shocking. I don't know if there's a way to block the. No, I would need something big. Let's see. Will that block it? There we go. So there it is. And it's wild and crazy, far out, groovy, bright colored boldness. So yeah, you'll have to put up a shield here. Except I can't seem to do it. Why? It was working before. There we go. Yeah, I'm curious if anybody else finds this just really cool, or if they find it, or if you find it nauseating, or barely bearable, or anything like that. So let me take a look. You know, I've laid out some cards, I pulled them, and they did seem to shuffle decently. Like I've got 2 5s that wouldn't have occurred. You know, one thing I do wonder is, you know, since these have been, well, peace equals security, but if the peace signs, the pentacles converted to peace signs, will in any way alter my feeling for the suit of pentacles in this deck. So what was I just said, what do I need to know? We have justice in the middle, and on either side. So sometimes when I see 2s, I look at what's 2s that are choices, like the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles. And so here we're trying to balance something. And so I look on either side to see what those 2 things are. And so to me, this is saying, because this is Atlantis over here, is to balance fantasy with practicality, with the Knight of Pentacles. And it's a real struggle. The struggle is real for me these days, and it's really, it's almost too gentle of a message, but I think it's trying to tell me that there's going to be repercussions if I don't start leaning into some of the practical things I need to be doing and have been really actively avoiding. And yeah, so it's getting real with me. Even though it's a 60 psychedelic deck, it's getting real with me. And I'm inclined to do that same kind of, I'm sorry for that glare, there's no way that I know of to kind of Where is that light? Yeah, there's nothing. I would have to like hold this up here. Just a bad position. I don't know. I see it in, on the camera, but I don't see it here. So it's weird. Um, so maybe it's, well, it couldn't be. Anyway, all right, so I'm leaving the glare alone. But I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the Justice card here, because here she's looking at the 3 cups, and the 3 cups are pointing toward this Knight of Wands, and yet there's the 2 cups here. So it's almost like, sad about something exciting that's departing, but people are fighting for my attention behind me. So I'm taking this as me. And this could be not people, but maybe projects or things that I want to do. But I'm sad about something that's departing or has departed. I wonder if it's something that has departed. Because I've been having this issue, not grief, but I've been having, and not even conscious sadness or anything, but I've mentioned in the last couple, well, in some videos, that I suspect that some of my avoidance of this stuff is kind of a mild form of depression, kind of just hovering and making things a little cruddy. And I wasn't thinking that there was anything that, I didn't think it was necessarily associated with anything specific, but so this gives me some kind of a clue as to what it might be. So I'll have to think about that, because it's not like I think, oh, the Knight of Wands, oh yes, I don't think it's even a person, because I can't think of any people who have departed. So very interesting energy there. And if I look at this, just trying to see if I can understand this better by looking at this line of cards. And these guys are headed down to this card. It might be, this line of cards might be speaking to something that has to do with my job, which I'm not grieving over anything with my job, but there is, normally at this time of year, there's a very clear path to a big event that goes on. I'm not generally, I did think I would probably attend this event had I not, had COVID-19 not shown up. And the minute that showed up, it was like, I'm sorry, but, I can't, for my own health purposes and all kinds of things, I can't do it. I can't go to that. And in fact, those events have actually been canceled. And as a result, it has created quite a bit of chaos, and readjustments. And maybe I'm, for some reason, normally that sort of thing wouldn't bother me, but maybe for some reason that's getting to me. It's in some ways, even though there's some chaos going on, it's not, it's not like I have more work. If anything, I probably have less work because this particular event is not going on. Um, but I do wonder if this is somehow work related. But I find that it's funny because, all right, so mainly the main thing that has changed in these cards is the color. And yet I find myself looking at and exploring them more than I think I probably would a standard set of Rider-Waite Smiths. If I had just, done the same, pulled out the same cards from my Smith-Waite Centennial, I think I would have maybe completed a reading or a take on these cards more quickly. Maybe it's just because I'm mildly depressed, but I'm also mildly because when you're depressed, you're never extreme in anything, right? So I'm also mildly infatuated with this deck at the moment. So I just like looking at it. Oh, now I've got a fly attacking me. So this line of cards. Again, we kind of have the difficulty here. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. I usually see the Queen of Swords, and this one the same, as beckoning someone to come forward for judgment. So similar to, in fact, the Justice card. So we have the Justice card here, the Justice card here, and it is in regards to money or legacy, and this was also. So it could again just be prompting me to take care of some financial, nothing big, but taking care of some financial stuff. And in fact, that would relieve me of this. I've been thinking of hiring somebody to take care of it. So I guess that's what that is essentially saying. That this is the person who is going to take over some financial stuff so I don't have to think about it and I don't have to fret and fight over doing stuff. And that will kind of take care of this lower row too. Then I can spend more time comfortably doing this without worrying about repercussions of not doing that. And that is essentially, it has to do with health insurance and the way my health insurance works and all of the paperwork involved in it in order to get the benefits, to validate the benefits. And I'm ready to turn it over to somebody else. I am. So I think that is, turn it over to her, let her deal with that part of financial stuff, and then I won't have to feel like I'm doing all of this all of the time. Give the papers to somebody else, let them do it, let them fill it out. I know that's, at least I've never heard of somebody doing that with, yeah, take some of those burdens away, just take them. I'm simple-minded these days. I'm simple-minded. Give me 2 things to think about. That's all I can handle. Please do. Go ahead. Take the other 5 away. But yeah. Yep. All right, everybody. I've rambled. I've had my ramble, my walkthrough and my ramble. So there it is, the Trippin Waite in its psychedelic rainbow swirly glory. Take care, everybody. See you soon.